To what extent does a child need both parents to be there consistently, especially a boy and his father? And what are the potential consequences if, largely speaking, the father is absent? Also, does regular contact in the early years, before 7 say, greatly condition the likely contact and quality of that contact in later years, say 7 upwards? Well, I'm afraid the experts do differ. When I say experts, I mean sociologists and specialists in child psychology and so on. Some do seem to know, do seem to say, in fact quite a few of them do seem to say, that it's best for the child to have both parents there consistently. But others say that, especially feminists say, that children, including boys, can get on quite well without the father and can be brought up just by the mother just as positively as by a mother and a father. So we do see a difference of opinion here. But I did notice there's something I read about recently, which, though it's only a single individual case, may throw some light on this. Apparently there was a case where parents, mother and father, were living together, and they had 2 children, both boys. Father lost his job, and for some years he was out of work. Mother went out to work. She was able to keep her job. And everything went quite smoothly. Father looked after the boys at home, and mother went out to work. Anyway, after a while, the situation changed. Mother stayed at home with the boys. I think she lost her job. Anyway, father managed to get a job, a full-time job. Whereas before everything had been happy, things changed, and the boys became deeply disturbed. And the author of the article, who was a psychologist, gave all sorts of reasons. But to me it was perfectly clear what the reason was. I felt the boys became disturbed because they weren't having nearly as much contact with their father that they'd had before. One was, I think, 12 and one was 13 or 14. But that seems to me the obvious solution. So I would incline to think that a growing boy needed quite regular contact with his father, though I'm aware that some child psychologists and sociologists would disagree with that. So I can't be too dogmatic about it. How that takes place, of course, is up to the parties concerned. Whether the father is living with the mother, or whether he's living separately in a community or otherwise, or whether he's divorced and sees his son from time to time. I think obviously there are all sorts of more personal factors to take into consideration. But I would say that a boy does need quite regular contact with his father, especially as he grows up. I'm rather doubtful, without reflecting in any way on the women, I'm rather doubtful whether a mother can provide a growing boy with everything that he needs. To what extent contact with the father before 7 has an effect on contact after the age of 7, I just don't know. I've not seen any material on this or any discussion of this. I don't know. I think there are 1 or 2 psychologists present. I don't know whether they'd like to say something about this whole issue of the importance of contact with the father to the growing boy especially. You don't have to speak, but if you do have any expertise as distinct from just a personal impression or opinion, any professional expertise, would anyone like to say anything? No, okay. Don't have to. I just didn't want to be sticking out my neck on my own.